Hello viewers, welcome to Science TV for the Prime News to inform you what is happening around the country and internationally. My name is Vidaliz and our sign language interpreter doing the voicing is Wanjangeve. On to our first news item. Science Media Kenya Limited, in collaboration with KCB Bank Kenya, conducted a 2-day disability mainstreaming training at its Leadership Center in Karen, as they seek to explore a partnership aimed at advancing inclusive banking solutions for the deaf community. Central to the program was assistALL, a mobile app offering on-demand sign language interpretation services to ensure deaf clients access banking with dignity and independence. Science Media Kenya's Managing Director, Muleka, said, "This training is about raising ambassadors of disability inclusion who will redefine inclusive customer service." KCB says the initiative underscores its commitment to financial inclusivity and accessibility in line with its promise for people for better.
And this is a follow-up to the meeting we had with the team at KCB headquarters. And what we were looking is to explore ways in which we are going to include persons with disabilities and specific the deaf community in this area of inclusive banking. We've met with the team and who also introduced us to the staff members. And these are within who face the clients facing staff, where we have had an immersed discussion or experience into how does it look like to have an inclusive banking experience. We've had a discussion and we've also gone through assistALL and seen what are the areas that how it can be able to serve, and also what improvements that the solution need for it to be rolled out fully. It has been a nice experience. The last 2 days have been informative. We've learned, and remember, in innovation, there's always iteration, because customer feedback is normally very important. Client feedback is very important. They have discussed with the deaf community, having a discussion with them to look at what pains do they experience when they are going to the bank. And this, to me, is going to be a groundbreaker, and it will be a nice experience for holistic approach to banking when deaf people now are going to the banking institution. To my surprise is that the discussion even did not just focus around deaf people alone. We had to look at the wider experience of disability inclusion as regard to banking. One question was, has our banking experience as the staff been something that is inclusive? But the answers came out and he said that, are there rooms for improvement? Yes. Are there things that need to be done? Yes. So we are looking at how do we grow this together? Because again, that SDG 17 was very specific, that partnership for goals is the only way we can actually be able to champion sustainable development. And the partnership for goals means that there is someone coming with something novel, but there is a partner that is being anchored in. Then you get granular to the solution and find out, is it fit for purpose? Once you get it fit for purpose, that's when now you are able to drive it to the next level. I think this was a very nice experience, and we are looking forward to a very interesting future in terms of banking industry. Thank you.
And on to our next news item. Kenya has reaffirmed its commitment to expanding horticultural exports and strengthening regional cooperation under the Common Market for Eastern and Southern Africa, COMESA. This comes as leaders, policymakers, and private sector players gather in Nairobi for the 18th COMESA Trade and Exhibition Forum, aimed at enhancing intra-regional trade and investment opportunities. Agriculture Cabinet Secretary Mutahi Kagwe praised COMESA's role in promoting small-scale enterprises and boosting competitiveness within the regional market, emphasizing Kenya's dedication to leveraging the bloc for sustainable agricultural growth. And on to our next news item. More university students have taken to the streets of Eldoret to protest the lecturers' strike that has entered its fourth week, disrupting learning at the institution. The students expressed frustration, saying they have paid their fees in full but continue to incur losses on food and accommodation while classes remain suspended. They urged the Ministry of Education to urgently intervene and resolve the standoff. The lecturers, through their unions, are demanding payment of pending collective bargaining agreement CBA worth 7.9 billion Kenya shillings, insisting they will not resume work until the government honors the deal.
We have been in this school for the last decade, and this is not because of our issues. It's because of the systemic issues that are existing. In fact, in Moi University, and I want to go on record, Moi University has remained the worst university that has been severely affected by the strike. Yes. Our other counterparts have actually finished school and are out there, you know, working as doctors.
We initially had a strike in Moi that lasted for 4 weeks before the UASU strike started. And there's also another strike that's supposed to be happening from 20th of October, still affecting Moi University alone. And as Moi University students, we are very tired of the strikes that have been happening. Each and every year there's a strike that is happening in Moi for 2 to 3 months or even 4 months. So we've stayed in school for a decade.
I would have been running a family, but I keep saying I am in school for the 9th year now, and we are still staring at the possibility of staying even longer. Our classmates in other medical universities have graduated. We have friends who have enrolled for postgraduate studies, yes. And I am still stuck at my 8th year in Moi University. It's honestly unfair.
Nimekaa tu shule over 10 years hadi nashangaa nitaenda retire kama sijakuja postgraduate. Shida ni kuwa hii shule ya Moi.
And moving on, residents of Milimani, on the outskirts of Maralal town in Samburu County, have taken to the streets to protest their inclusion under the Maralal municipality. The demonstrators claim that the decision was made without proper consultation or public participation, arguing that they were not informed or involved in the process. They are now demanding that the government nullify the move and initiate fresh discussions to ensure that residents' views are considered before any future administrative changes are implemented. And on to our next news. A multi-agency team comprising of officials from the Ministry of Health, the Kenya Red Cross, and other health organizations have convened a strategic meeting to tackle the spread of cholera in Transmara West. Health authorities have confirmed that 4 people have died, while 40 others are undergoing treatment as response teams intensify containment measures. The meeting aims to enhance coordination, improve community awareness, and ensure access to clean water and sanitation facilities to curb further infections. Residents have been urged to observe high hygiene standards and seek immediate medical attention in case of symptoms to prevent the disease from spreading further.
Tayari watu 45 wameweza kuja kulazwa katika hii hospitali, 21 wameshaenda nyumbani, 19 bado wako hapa, na kwa bahati mbaya tumepotesha maisha ya watu 5, na tunasema Mungu awalaze mahali pema peponi. Serikali yetu kuu kupitia Wizara ya Afya wanatufanyia continuous testing, wanatupatia technical support. Governor wetu amenunua motorbikes, support community health promoters na hii hospitali kuhakikisha kuna madawa ya kutosha kila wakati, kuna staff wa kutosha, na pia tunapata support kutoka kwa Red Cross. Wametuletea hema, tumewatenga wagonjwa wetu, wametuletea madawa, wametuletea pharmaceuticals kama gumboots, kama dawa ya kuweka kwa maji, kati ya zile zingine. Pia saa hizi tuko na mkutano, tunakutana sisi wote kama internal security, Ministry of Education, municipality ya Kilgoris pamoja na
And on to our next news. The National Council of Churches of Kenya, NCCK, has urged the government and civil society organizations to address the growing cases of teenage pregnancies, gender-based violence, and the increasing prevalence of HIV and cancer in Meru County. Speaking in Meru Town, NCCK leaders have, from the Upper Eastern region, expressed concern over the situation, saying it poses a serious threat to the health and well-being of residents. Meru is among the counties leading in cases of teenage pregnancies, cancer, new HIV infections among youth, and gender-based violence, with the number of people suffering from mental health challenges also on the rise.
Meru continues to face high rate of teenage and unintended pregnancies, particularly among schoolgirls, threatening the education and future of young people. Number 2 is HIV prevalence. Infection rates remain significantly high, calling for strengthened awareness, prevention, and treatment interventions. Number 3 is cancer burden. Raising cancer cases are straining families and limiting treatment and support facilities available in the county. Number 4 is mental health. Increasing cases of depression, stress, and substance abuse are of concern, with counseling services remaining inadequate.
I encourage the young people first to join the churches that are around. 1, we will be guided on our moral values. Number 2, engaging in community activities. Like we have heard that improvement of Koromone, there is an opportunity for job. So the young people, if they are busy, some of the things will not happen to us. Again, substance and drug abuse, kindly young people, let us stay far from them. They will affect us in a very short run.
And finally, the Kenya Wildlife Service, KWS, has issued a warning to residents of Seme in Kisumu County over the continued hunting and consumption of kawarara birds, formerly known as the sacred ibis. According to the manager of Ndere Island, the bird population has drastically declined, raising fears that the park could lose visitors. Research has also indicated that the birds may pose health risks to humans, yet locals have vowed to continue hunting them, citing their cultural and nutritional value. KWS has cautioned the strict action, 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 the strict a will be taken against anyone found poaching or harming the bats, emphasizing the need to protect wildlife and promote sustainable tourism in the region. That is all for the news updates. Don't forget, you can join us on our social media platforms. Continue supporting us. And for more information, you'll find it on there. We'll be having the news on the spots with Ben Warangai. For me, it's a goodbye.